This is London.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of LDN Capital TV. Today is the day when we will get to see Mikey Mendoza finally challenge John Ritchie for the LDN British Championship. But first up, we're going to start off with this chap right here, as you can see in the ring, Zack Sabre Jr. And tonight he's going to be taking on a man who with one of the most impressive win-loss records here in LDN in the form of the very young but very competitive Yorghos.
7 pounds, this is Yorghos Christopoulos.
And here comes Yorghos, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most popular competitors here in LDN. And he is a man who, ever since joining LDN Capital Television, has been enjoying quite a bit of success in ring action. And of course, there are rumours abound that he will be joining the Golden Grapplers Tournament and could be very much one of the favourites to take it all the way and win it. But of course, tonight he's taken on young Zack Sabre Jr., a young man, Zack Sabre Jr., who's actually a multi-time junior British champion as he's grown up. But now it's time for him to enter the big time as he enters LDN Capital TV, and possibly in the future he could himself face for the British Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, on today's show, not only are we going to see that finally, we're going to see that British Championship match between John Ritchie and Mikey Mendoza. We're also going to get an update courtesy of Fiona Fox on the current state of Sanjay Bagga. Sanjay Bagga, who last week on LDN Capital TV got dropped on his head by his nemesis Ash. Rumours are abound that he's received some sort of neck injury. We will get that confirmed later on tonight's show. Well, Yorghos now ready for in-ring competition against LDN deputy Zack Sabre Jr.
The condition of him wrestling this match is that Yorghos at no point touches his hair.
I don't know what the heck that was all about. Zack Sabre Jr., although a welterweight in stature, the man is actually well renowned for having a decent mat game. Both men are circling up. Go for a Roman knuckle up right there. He gets the overhook there on the neck, pushes the elbow out of the way and goes for the waistlock. Yorghos, however, reverses the waistlock, gets the the half Nelson straight to the snapmare and snaps him back down. So both men, very competent mat technicians, and you can see right here, Zack Sabre Jr. controlling the head and then isolating a leg. Zack Sabre Jr. not staying in one position long enough, gets that chin lock. Floats him over, nicely executed. Isolating those legs there of young Yorghos. Well, the fans getting behind Yorghos. Yorghos isolates that arm, flips him over with a hammerlock, applies it nice and tight. Young Zack Sabre Jr. now using that leg as leverage, beautifully done, and floats straight through into the headlock. Ooh, beautifully done there. I mean, Yorghos just pivoted that leg down, and now with a handstand. Both men now circling. There's the lockup right there, and of course, it's Yorghos who manages to get the arm ringer first. Zack Sabre Jr., the lighter, quicker competitor, snapping on that snapmare and then isolates the arm. Holds onto the wrist, tries to force Yorghos back down to the mat. But Yorghos, however, rolls through. Oh, but Zack Sabre Jr. forcing Yorghos back onto the mat. Beautifully executed. Yorghos again, trying to roll through, gets onto his feet. Trying to find escape, nips up. Climbs over and applies the wrist lock and isolates that arm. Oh, Zack Sabre Jr. Very quick, agile competitor. And snapmares Yorghos down while still isolating that arm. He's got a hammerlock variation right there, using his own leg to add to the leverage. Now switches on to holding the arm. Has a single Nelson as well, pinfall attempt. But Yorghos fights up. Yorghos with a pinfall attempt of his own, but Zack Sabre Jr. able to power over Yorghos again. Zack Sabre Jr., third time the charm maybe. No, Yorghos with a kick out. Yorghos now. Oh, with a very judo-esque throw right there, but Zack Sabre Jr. lands straight on his feet, rolls through, has the head scissors. Well, Zack Sabre Jr. trying to nip out, Yorghos holding on. Oh, manages to get out the third time. Both men having an excellent mat competition right here. Forces Yorghos down to the mat with the headlock takeover. Try to go for a pinfall attempt, now adding a bit of leverage. Oh, he gets the headlock. I do apologize, the head scissors. Zack Sabre Jr. trying to nip out like he did last time. But Yorghos trying to hold on. Oh, and Zack Sabre Jr. getting a great deal of leverage right there. And now speeds up position. Oh! Yorghos with a drop kick right on the button. And then an arm drag. And a hip toss from Yorghos. Don't think Zack Sabre Jr. was quite expecting that. Oh, crucifix roll up. No, he's got a submission hold there. And you can see Yorghos fading away. I thought he was going for a crucifix roll-up, but Zack Sabre Jr. getting that straitjacket-like submission hold, then into the sunset flip. Oh, and now applies the front headlock. Zack Sabre Jr. now going for an SDS with the bridge. Well, the referee's right there to make sure if Yorghos is ready to submit, that he does submit. Zack Sabre Jr. now still has the leg. And this is Zack Sabre's forte, just rotating from one hold to the other. And there he's got that surfboard submission. Fortunately, he was far too close to the rope to really capitalize. Oh! Huge knee right on the lower back of Yorghos right there. Goes for the pinfall. Notice, though, how he isolates that arm. Even though Yorghos was able to kick out, Zack Sabre Jr. already with a follow-up hold. Fireman carry right there. Yorghos goes down, cross arm breaker. If he can straighten the arm of Yorghos, Yorghos will be in trouble. Yorghos is trying to hold on. He does not want to be a victim of this submission hold. Yorghos trying to roll through, possibly going for a pinfall attempt, but Zack Sabre Jr. holding on to that submission for all he's worth. Now this is smart from Zack Sabre Jr. Yorghos is either in a pinning predicament, or if he straightens that arm, he will have to take a submission hold. But now Zack Sabre Jr. realizes his submission attempt was going to be fruitless. Takes him straight up with the snapmare. Nice roll up. Launches Yorghos right off the ropes. Yorghos with the reversal. Beautifully executed. Crossbody attempt from Zack Sabre Jr. But there's a kick out from Yorghos. Zack Sabre Jr. off the ropes again, trying to do it again. However, oh, beautiful fall away slam. Yorghos tried to get a pinfall right there. Unfortunately, threw Zack Sabre just a little too far. And a huge clothesline out of the corner. Well, Yorghos now launches Zack Sabre Jr. off the ropes. There's the rebound, picks him up, back body drop. Nice executed. Looks like Yorghos is adding a bit of tempo to this contest, hitting some high-impact maneuvers. Out to the corner. Yorghos follows through. We've seen this before. The monkey flip out to the corner. Yorghos measuring for a second monkey flip. Goes for it. And he hits it. Zack Sabre Jr. not quite sure what to make of this. And now Yorghos going for a big suplex. Oh, but Zack Sabre Jr. floats out of back. Got the full Nelson right there. Zack Sabre Jr., however, reapplies the hold. And these men are just switching full Nelsons, but this time, Zack Sabre Jr. manages to hold on to it. These two men exchanging the full Nelson. Oh, there's a submission attempt out of the full Nelson. Yorghos bridging out of it, however. Was able to keep the strength to get his knuckles together and clasp them. Now Yorghos is tempting to roll up Zack Sabre Jr. Zack desperately trying to keep his shoulders off the mat. Yorghos able to get back on his feet. No, I thought Yorghos was going to be able to... Oh, he does. Yorghos able to float out of the way. Isolates those legs, trying to force submission out of Zack Sabre. Zack, however, rolls out of the submission attempt. Oh! And throws those huge, stiff kicks there to the limbs. And, oh, wait. Yorghos caught that for kick attempt. Oh, we've seen this before. Coliseum cradle suplex. And that's it.
Here is your winner, Yorghos.
Yorghos, after taking those brutal kicks, was able to counter one of the kicks into the Coliseum cradle suplex. Tight pinning predicament, 1, 2, 3, Yorghos takes home the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, still coming up on LDN Capital TV, we're going to see Mikey Mendoza compete for the British Championship as he takes on the notorious John Ritchie. But coming up next, we're going to get an update from Fiona Fox in regards to the medical condition of Sanjay Bagga, who last week on LDN Capital TV suffered what many believe to be a serious neck injury when Ash dropped him with a pile driver.
This is London.